Welcome everybody to our rank up call for the month of, what are we in? August. We are glad that everybody's on, and those of you who are watching the playback of the recording, welcome. We've got three terrific coaches, three terrific stories to share with you tonight, and we are just going to jump on over. I'll have Kat Fuller introduce her new executive director team.
Hey, you guys, I am really excited to introduce Christine and Troy Huntsman tonight. So I've known Christine, I think I figured out it's like almost 30 years. We went to elementary school together, and we reconnected while I was at Go Global in April. And I was so excited to talk to her, and she was so excited about the program, and then she did it for a month, and we went up to Nampa, Idaho, well, actually Melba, where they live, and we talked to them, and, you know, I just had a really good feeling about this couple. Like, I didn't know that they would both jump in with both feet and do so great, so fast, but I know Christine is just a very sincere-hearted person, and I love her. So I'm excited to hear her coaching story and how she got to ED this month.
Okay, great. Does that mean I'm up?
It does.
All right. Well, thanks, Kat. Yeah, I haven't talked to Kat for, it's been since high school, almost 20 years, it seems like. Anyway, a little bit about our story. It's been about 5-6 years ago, we both have tried to keep physical active and in good health, but as we hit age 30, you know, life events have happened, and we both kind of went through a really tough couple of years. You know, we had some significant losses with the loss of our business and the loss of our son, and we've had some really rough years, and we both kind of went into a state of depression and withdrawal and reclusive, and anyway, and with that became poor health and weight. And anyway, when I saw Kat's post, I was just to the point where I just couldn't even stand myself anymore. I'm like, I've got to do something because I can't even stand to be with me anymore. And so I called her up, and I was like, I don't even really care what the program is. I'm just ready to give it a shot. And so after the first week of being on it, I started to see immediate results, and not only with my weight loss, but just my emotional, and I just felt so much happier, and I just was starting to feel weight come off my body and my emotions, both. And so I initially wanted to become a coach because I heard the likeliness of staying healthy is 5 times more when you're coaching others. And so that was what really triggered me. And then I found out you get paid for it. I had no idea you can get paid for it. That was just a bonus. So that's what got him excited, I think, more. So anyway, that's a little bit about our story. And so it's just been a great thing. I was able to lose my 30 pounds I put on within the first 12 weeks, and I just have hope again, where I haven't had hope for quite a while, and I have hope again and happiness. So.
A quick thing about Christine is that when she first got going on it, I was kind of a health nut anyway, in that I didn't eat a lot of garbage, and I try to take care of myself anyway. And when she was doing these meal replacements, I had my guard up, if you will, and I pleasantly watched her transform emotionally. Was the biggest thing for me to see her have this purpose again. And yeah, that was a really, really neat thing for me.
That's awesome, guys. Christine, Troy, if you could highlight maybe one or two things that really helped you in the last month or two to reach ED, could you share a couple of those things with us?
Sure. I guess that for Christine, for persistence. It was just persistence. It was something that you woke up, and that's all she slept, thought, drank. It was she really paid attention to her business, and I had to take care of other business on my side. The second half of the month is when I was able turn it on a little bit and help do that with her. And so it's just focus, I think, more than really anything.
And I think the main thing that really got me going, I was only on the program for about 3 weeks, and 3 weeks overall when convention came. And Kat just threw it at me, what about going to convention? I'm like, I don't even know I'm barely learning what this program is. And anyway, that was a real testimonial, I guess, to me when I went to convention and I saw people actually doing this for a business and just being around these type of people. I wanted to be around these like-minded people. And so that was what's kept me going. Even when times were tough, I would talk to my coach and I'd be like, it just was refreshing to be around these type of people. And that's what I want to associate with.
And another thing that I thought that was a really good thing that is script, getting down a script and following that script and really, and planting those seeds, and those people just start to call back. And the more seeds you plant, the more people you talk to, the more surprises you get. And that's what we found, is some pleasant surprises.
Yeah.
All awesome things. Persistence, you'll never beat persistence. Amber posted that the video the other day. Hustle muscle.
Yeah.
You can't beat hustle muscle, right?
Right.
Going to events, plugging in, and those scripts, using the system that's in place. So congratulations, guys. Christine was at our presidential table with us on that Saturday night, and it's not going to be too long before you guys have your own presidential table. So,
Well, thanks. That was really fun.
We're open, so.
Awesome. Well, Kat and John, do you have anything to add to Christine and Troy?
I don't know if they're there anymore.
Kat's still in the dark.
I defer to Kat, but
Oh,
I'll just say really quickly, we had the opportunity to go out and visit Troy and Christine, and we had a wonderful visit with them. And just from the beginning, the sincerity and the passion that they had was really cool to see. And Troy, I can attest that Troy's wall was kind of up when we first showed up at their house, and I kind of watched it come down the longer we were there, and I was like, they're going to actually be pretty solid. So it was really exciting to see just kind of come together. So, there you go. My 2 cents.
yeah.
Good. Hey, that's all right. So I had my guard up at the beginning too.
Yeah.
It's worked out pretty well. So, well, we're going to move on to Liz and Ryan Jensen. I think Ryan's gone, so we're going to just turn it over to Liz. But they had a fantastic growth month, and she's going to introduce 2 new executive directors.
All right. I'm going to start with Jamie. There's not words that can describe Jamie. I consider her one of my best friends. It's just been so fun to get to know her. And I'm going to be candid about Jamie for a minute. Hope she doesn't mind. But when she was on the program, she was on program with her husband. They were just doing awesome. She'd call me if she had questions, but she was really hard to get a hold of. And so I really didn't know her very well. And then she decided, I'm sure she'll share this, but she wanted to help her daughter get healthy. And so I had suggested that she become a health coach. And I really honestly thought that maybe she'd just help her daughter and her husband and maybe a couple other family members, that, she'd kind of do it on the side, because she is a very busy woman. She works 2 jobs. She has kids. She has a big church calling. And so honestly, I didn't expect her to take off like she has. But a couple weeks into coaching, she called me and said, "So what's this national convention? Can I go?" And, of course, I was so excited that she was going to come. And she just blossomed there. I just enjoyed getting to know her so well at National Convention. I actually told my husband I probably learned more from Jamie just being with her than anything else, because she has the most amazing personality. She cares about people. I just want to be just like her. And so it was just such a great experience to be around her for that time. And I learned so much about the kind of person that I want to become. And when she got home, she just, there was a fire lit under her. She just took off and was just so excited, and I just love her story. So I'm going to turn it over to Jamie. Would love to hear a little bit more about you and your coaching story.
Well, thanks, Liz. That's a lot of nice things you said about me.
All true.
First of all, this is so far out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't even know where it is. This is my first time on Zoom, my first time. I don't even let my picture taken, so I can't even believe that I'm like on this video. Anyway, Liz, I have to give Liz the credit. Our story started when my husband and I decided we were sick and tired of doing the yo-yo dieting, and really what it came down to was we needed to get healthy. My husband needed to lose weight. He has a history of high blood pressure, and he was pre-diabetic, and he just decided for my 40th birthday, which is not for another 8 days, but he was going to lose 40 pounds. That was going to be his birthday present to me. And I said, that is so sweet, but we've tried everything. How are you going to do that? So we actually went on a little trip, and we visited with my brother and sister-in-law who were looking fantastic. So we picked their brain, found out that their health coach was Liz, and before I knew it, my husband had talked to Liz, ordered our food, it was shipped to our house, and I had no idea what we were starting. And to be perfectly honest, I was a little bit grumpy because I thought he was the one that needed to lose all the weight, and I don't know why I needed to do this. But it has turned out to be the best thing ever. My husband is down 53 pounds, and my birthday's not for another 8 days. The best birthday present in the world is that we can exercise together, we can hike as a family, we can do all these things as a family, and he's got the energy to do it, and we're still young. So that was pretty amazing. We thought we were just going to get healthy, and that's how it was, just, Greg and I, until I had that day where it kind of went a step further for me. I have a 14-year-old daughter who has struggled with her weight her whole life. And one day I was talking to her, and we were doing this program, and she just broke down. And she said, "Mom, it's not fair that I'm 14 and I struggle. And could you please help me? This is working for you and Dad. And I need this. I'm mature enough. Please help me." And that was kind of my driving force. I finally decided, I've tried so many things, and you have to be so careful with teenagers. And I wanted her to just be comfortable in her own skin. But for me, it was that, please, Mom, help me. And so I decided right then and there, okay, I got her off to bed, and I called Liz and said, "Help me. What do I do?" And that's when Liz gave me the best advice is, I think you need to go through the coaching process and help her. This is something that you can do together. So as a result, as a family, we are down 105 pounds. My 14-year-old worked hard all summer, and she just made the varsity volleyball team as a freshman, as the middle blocker at 5'9", and I could not be prouder. The best part is when she came home from her 2-a-day practices and said, "Mom, I ran an 8-minute mile for the first time in my life, and I wasn't the last one." And I knew that I had made a good decision. I have a really, really good mentor coach. Liz has just taken me under her wing and helped me every step of the way. And there's something about when you have a goal in mind and you are paying it forward and you're helping somebody else, you can do anything you set your mind to. Mine was helping my family get healthy and helping my little girl not struggle for the rest of her life, kind of breaking this cycle and getting healthy as a family. So that was kind of my driving force. I did decide to go to convention. I didn't know how I was going to afford it. I called Liz. She let me stay in her hotel room, ride with her in her rental car, took me everywhere with her. She made it possible for me to go and learn for myself that this would be safe and effective for other teens and other people, anyone else. And so she really kind of helped me, just sponsored me and supported me and helped me through this. When I got home, I decided if this can help my own daughter, that will be the best thing ever and keep me healthy. I never could imagine our influence on this little community. So I decided to get the word out. Liz decided that I would be a good coach, and she convinced me I'd be a good coach. So she came, how many miles? 3 hours south to help me do a healthy habits seminar at our house. And I invited anyone that had said anything about my husband losing weight, because he's a fantastic billboard. He's lost 53 pounds, and people kept asking me, and then they'd see my daughter, and I lost 30 pounds as well, and they kept asking us, so we kind of got, a little group together. She came with her husband, Ryan, and we just had a great night, and I was able to get 5 clients just from that one little healthy class. And now I think I'm up to 21 or something, but that's how it took off is Liz took the time to help me and show me how I could help other people and pay it forward. And now I have 2 more teens that I have just signed up and their parents. And so it's kind of cool to just be one of those parents that felt hopeless and helpless. And now I'm giving hope to these teens and these parents. So anyway, that's kind of my story.
Doesn't she have the best story? I love it. If I were to add one thing about Jamie is a lot of this is out of her comfort zone. She always tells me that, but that didn't let her be stopped. She got out of her own way, and she just talks to everyone, and that's really the trick, is share it with everyone. And so that's one thing that she's great at. She's not afraid just to share what she is passionate about and wants to help everyone. And I think that's such a good example. Just eat the food and talk to people.
Awesome. Incredible. You're up again, Liz.
Oh, Julie made it on. Great.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? This month has made me decide. I get more excited for my coaches that hit those big ranks, those big goals that they have. I'm more excited for them to hit ED than I was when I did it. So this is just so exciting for me to get to introduce Julie Nielsen. She's been my friend for a long time. Our husbands went to college together, and she is so amazing. When she gets her mindset on something, she just goes for it, and she just really understands the whole business and the opportunity of Take Shape for Life. Not only has it changed her life physically, but she's really working for it to change her life financially too. And so, Julie, I'd love to hear your story if you want to share kind of your quick story, because that's a great story too.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, and this is her first Zoom too, so this is a good first story. Both of them.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this was supposed to work. So, all right. So, my story is that I have 5 kids, and our kids are close to the same age. My 5 and Liz is 6. And I started the program after my 5th baby. And from the day I had him until now, I've lost about 80 pounds. And it meant the world to me. But it was also a very sensitive journey. And so when Liz asked me, she offered the opportunity pretty soon right after I started, and I said, absolutely not. I can't do that. And pretty much unequivocally, no, I'm not interested. And so she stepped back, and she let me take the program at my own pace. She answered my questions. She was supportive. She tailored it to my needs. It took me just over 3 months to lose 45.5 pounds. And then I went into maintenance, and then I continued to lose the rest. And a year later, which was January of this year, we did the health challenge, and I still was unequivocally, no, I'm not going to coach. And that week is when Liz had her 6th baby. And that's, I think it was just the health challenge that I was plugged in every day. And I had seen, okay, so 2 things. I had seen Liz's success. I knew that the program worked. And being plugged in every day just really fed my passion. So while Liz was in the hospital, I visited her and I said, Liz, I think I want to coach. And she's like, oh, that's nice. I just had a baby. I don't really, I mean, she was very, very gracious about it, but it was a little insensitive probably on my part. But she's in the hospital, 4-day recovery from her C-section, and she was mentoring me. And so that was one of the first lessons I learned, was how to be generous as a health coach. So my business side of it, my goals were more business oriented, more financially oriented, and that's the great thing about this program, is that whatever your goals are, whatever your intrinsic why is, it fits just about everybody. And so I was much more motivated by the business side of it. And so once I decided to go for it, I went gung-ho, and my business grew fairly quickly. But I think one thing that was an obstacle for me to overcome was giving up, not giving up control, but readjusting my view of what I had control of. So for instance, when I would contact people and then they would decide that the program wasn't for them yet, or they just weren't ready, it was disappointing and it was hard because I'd put so much effort into it. And so I did get burned out. Let's see, I started fully in February, and my goal was to make ED in time to go global in April. And I was working 2 other jobs at the time, and I just couldn't pull it off. I had a string of bad luck. That's the other thing I've learned from Liz, is that sometimes you have good luck, sometimes you have bad luck. And so you have to readjust your thinking of what you have control of. So I got kind of burned out, and so I didn't do much with my business May, June, or July. But I had residual income from it, which was amazing, because all I did was coach my existing clients. Then this month, I decided, okay, I have other things off my plate, and I really want to go for it. This is what I want. So I readjusted my paradigm and decided that what I have control of is how much time I spend on my business, how many times I touch it per week, which I decided was going to be every day for a certain amount of time, and I have control over how many people I contact, and how good I am at client support, how much I care about my clients, and how good I am at my follow-up. So in order to build my business back up, I had to add at least 11 to 12 clients. It was a little bit harder because the price for frontline volume also went down, meaning new clients were only $249, right? So I had to add more than I normally would have, and that was challenging and a bit discouraging. But I learned a lot from Liz, and she helped to keep me motivated. And at the end, they helped me with some ideas of how to get those last several clients, and I made it. I made it all through Frontline Volume. So I'm really grateful to Liz and all she taught me, and the support, and I am glad to go forward. I mean, this is just a starting point. So I'm really glad that this business is for everybody. Health coaching, it doesn't matter what your why is, it will fit.
That's awesome.
Oh, and let me add really quickly, so I don't sound heartless. The business side has been very fulfilling. It has been amazing then helping people. Like, I have a client that he almost missed the birth of his second child in August because he was in the ER having a heart attack, and then he was diagnosed with diabetes. And so for the next month, he just killed himself in the gym trying to lose weight and trying to, fix his health problems. And he ended up gaining half that weight back. And then he got on the program, and in 1 week he lost just as much as he had lost that entire month of working in the gym. And he is so excited, and it really is, it saved his life. And so I am so grateful that, my why has expanded to just have this amazing experience of helping so many people. I mean, I love their excitement, and I love the transformation. So
unbelievable stories. That's one thing that is so true about this is we're a lot like you, Julie, that our big reason starting coaching was a financial why, but our stories always evolve. And I loved Jamie's story also because it was so heartfelt and so emotional. And people buy why you do it, not what you do. They don't, Christine and Troy said, I don't care what Kat's doing, but I'm going to do this because it's working. I see how their lives are transforming and stuff. So just a few highlights there. Events, plugging into your mentor coach, using the system. I'm so glad that you mentioned the challenge, because that's why we design the challenges the way that we have and the way that they've evolved, is so that it plugs people in on a daily basis so that they feel a consistency and a persistence, because that's what health takes. Julie mentioned touching her business every single day, and being determined, just creating that momentum. Before we close up here, I just wanted to mention the current challenge. Don't feel pressure or don't get fanatical or out of sorts because there's a lot of things to do or anything. The first step, get signed up yourself as a coach. Add people to your team. Very, very simple process of just adding people to your team, and let them get in and enjoy that daily touch of health that Julie was talking about. Build as big of a team as you can so that we create that social health that Julie mentioned, and get people excited, because these stories that you guys have all heard tonight, they could not have been accomplished without their mentor coaches and on and on. There's so many people on this call tonight that Amber and I did not know. It took Liz and Kat and John and and it took Jamie to reach her daughter, and it took Julie to reach this gentleman that missed his second child being born because of a heart attack. We need more people to help, and that's what this challenge is going to do. It's going to create so much excitement. It's already growing quite quickly. So get more people involved so that they can see the family that we are, the fun community we are. Make it super, super simple for them, because it is. All these new executive directors, they shared the things that are so simple. Plug into your mentor, get trained, go to events, be persistent, schedule your time out, and have fun doing it. So thank you all. Congratulations. We know that we're just going to have a whole bunch more presidential tables at next year's convention and VIP seating for all of you guys. So we thank you for what you do, all your hard work, and let's keep going out there, sharing our stories, and getting America healthy.
Thanks.
Great call, you guys. Thanks for sharing your story.
Your hair looks good, Amber.
It looks pretty.